Hello, 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 and welcome to Shared Space with Laquita and Chap. And my name is Laquita Chansey. I am the founder and director of Small to More Homes. We build micro shelters and tiny homes for folks who are unhoused. And my brother from another mother, Chapo, go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
Welcome to the show, guys. My name is Chap. I'm a full time volunteer chaplain for Baltimore City. I am a full time actor, getting on our grind. Um, and today's guest, we'll get to Joshua Perry out of North Carolina. Met him filming a super clandestine, top secret, Paramount project. So we signed NDAs, but no, talented young man, great energy, great vibe. He's got a lot going on, and God has been like blessing him since I met him, a week ago. He's just been like coming up every day. He's got a great testimony to share. Before we get started, Miss Quita, do you have any announcements?
Do I have any announcements? Yes, folks. So, the Bunting Neighborhood Leadership Program. Which is an entrepreneur as well as a community development program. They are an accelerator, one of many here in Baltimore, and their application is open. If you go to the Urban Health Institute, either their website or their Instagram, you'll see details about the Bunting Neighborhood Leadership Program. It's really dope. It's for people who are doing dope things in the community who are like me. So one thing I will say is that I have founded a nonprofit, right? But before I founded a nonprofit, I was a professional volunteer. I was volunteering as much as I was showing up to be paid at a
Hey,
job. Like, you
I like
understand what I'm saying? Like,
I do.
it was what fueled me. And at a point, I was working in DC and I had to stop working there because the commute was preventing me from being able to volunteer. I was like, yeah, the money longer there, but I can't do what I need to do. So, my point is, folks, you don't have to have found a organization or anything like that. But if you are rooted in community, go ahead and apply. If you understand things like public health, social determinants of health, unbiased conscious, like all these things are the things that this particular accelerator taps in on, while other accelerators, focus on your entrepreneurship or your marketing or whatever. But yeah, do that. So there's that. And then the pitch contest this month and
Oh
next.
yeah.
So, Morgan students, hit me up if you want to pull up and pitch this Saturday at 11 a.m. I want to say
At
is
the MSU Student Center. I got you.
Student Center. That's what I was going to say, but Chap is already affirmed and confirmed. So we'll be at the Student Center, 11 a.m. Hit me up on Small to More Homes. You see the spelling right there, 2 L's, Timore, on the website or Instagram. Let me know you want tickets. I'll shoot you the link. This is specifically for Morgan students to pitch. And then there will be one next month that I'm doing with Taz, and that will be a real estate brunch pitch for women in real estate, y'all. So stay tuned. We'll be doing another one for guys in real estate too, but March is Women's Empowerment Month, and so we're going to tap into that. But Chat, tell us a little bit about your guy. Like, what is Joshua? What attracted you to Joshua? How did this get, like, give me a
Look,
little bit of something, because
look. So
I
you
see
already,
and
yeah.
it's
So
already running their mouth. And look, y'all,
you
it,
already know how we do. You already know how we do. So like, so you guys who don't know, when me and Quita met on site down at Reach Partnership, I was introduced to her by Pastor Luke. We're handing out
serving the
food.
community, y'all. We were
Yep,
giving out
yep.
produce
Handing out
boxes.
food, produce. Go ahead. And in that moment, like, just there was something that my spirit resonated with her. I just knew that was like, she was family. And like I just knew she was family. Like, just it was like, for me, I explained it to people like there's certain people I connect with where God just pours a lifetime of love into me in a moment for a person. And I
Right.
just, and so that's how he reveals to me that like someone is and so when I met a lot of good people down in North Carolina, man, and Joshua was one of those people where I met him and they just like we just gravitated towards each other, and then a couple others as well, Slim and some of the other guys. we were having like deeply spiritual, meaningful conversations on set, waiting to film like day after day, and it was just like it's like having church, getting paid to have church. That was great. So yeah, same experience with Josh, man. I just my spirit resonated with him. I'm like, oh, I love this guy. Like good energy. He's out here doing his hustle. And he's at a place maybe where I was at, not too long ago. So even though there's an age difference, even though we look different, we had that in common, and we were able to share that. So um, yeah, so let's bring Josh on. So
Yes.
Mr. Perry, our actor.
Pull up on us. Stop being incognito.
Hey, that's my line.
Incognito.
So yeah, introduce yourself, sir.
Hey, everybody. Sorry. My name is Joshua Perry. I'm an actor. I guess it's always Chap, right?
Typical.
No, but nah. I guess you could say I'm a motivator. I'm an influencer. I'm gonna do everything that I can to make sure that not only I succeed, but everybody around me succeed. That's
Love
something that I was taught growing up. Never forget where you came from.
Right.
It takes a village to raise one.
Baby, who you telling, Joshua? You speak to my heart. They talk about
my family. If some of y'all in here, I want to shout out to Mom. Thank you, Mom. Love you, Mom. But yeah, nah. I've had some of the strongest foundation growing up, and oh man, I hope everything's okay, Chap. But yeah, so it's just remarkable to see how things have transpired. Just even meeting Chap,
right.
It's been a blessing. Just even being here, I'm honored. I'm thankful. I'm blessed. It's
how
cool.
Did you find yourself here? Have you always wanted to act? Have you
lived? That's a funny story.
Like, are you an actor? Like, is that where
I was telling Chap this is hilarious. So when it comes to acting, I've never been one that knew from jump that I wanted to do acting. My mom, when I was little, she used to put me in church shows.
Right.
It was so funny. She used to hit me with the, "Do you want to do them?" And I'm like, "No." Well, you're gonna do them anyway. So what was the point of you asking me?
Well, I just wanted to know: am I gonna have to fight with you, or are you gonna go willingly?
Right.
That's really
but I appreciate her doing that because I didn't even know. But I've been acting her since I was a kid. Thanks to her, it was something that I was always around the stage of some sort. I was always acting. I was always being me.
Right.
I didn't realize I wanted to be an actor until I was in college. Before college, I was just doing behind the scenes work because at the time, that's all I wanted to do. So when I got to college, my freshman year, they were mid-rehearsal and doing Hamlet, like a William Shakespeare show. And I literally just walked in mid-rehearsal and was like, "Hey, I just want to do behind the scenes work for your play." And the director was like, "You interrupted my rehearsal just to tell me that. Like, what's going on?" I didn't know. Like, everybody kept telling me to find this man. So when I found him, I told him. Right. And so he was like, "Hey, do you want to be an actor?" And I was like, "I've never tried it before. I don't know." He was like, "We'll figure it out. We'll try it out. Just come this time tomorrow and we'll do your audition." Never done an audition before or anything. I have a speech impediment. So sometimes when I get too excited, I stutter. So, right. If I get too excited or if I get too nervous and stuff like that, I stutter. So it's like, I'm sitting here, first off, it's William Shakespeare. He don't talk regular English. This man be talking the theys and the those and the we. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm not saying nothing right. And then out of nowhere, he asks me about my brother because my brother went to the school too. And I was like, yeah, that's my brother. He was like, "Okay, you're already in the play." And I was like, "Well, I didn't audition correctly." Right. Like, right.
Like, were you there for that audition,
I didn't really, yeah, I was like, I didn't really do an audition right. Like, I don't even, sir, are you listening to what's going on here?
Were you here? Because I was there for that audition.
Right. But nah, I'm thankful. If you wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't be where I am now.
Right. And you said that happened in college?
Yeah, so that was 2015. So that was my first time.
What school?
University of North Carolina at Pembroke.
Okay. So you grew up in North Carolina.
Yeah, I grew up in North Carolina. Yes.
Okay. So this is all from the okay. So then you were acting in college,
Mhm.
2015. So that's almost 10 years ago. So what is okay? So
Yeah. Okay. So I graduated. It took me a minute to graduate. Not going. There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. My family
that's
always
all
said
right. That's
they was
all
like
right.
we don't care how long it takes as long as you get that paper. That's all they care about. So it took me a minute to graduate and everything like that. But I finally graduated. After graduating, I had some struggles. I'm not gonna lie. When it came to acting, I've taken many hiatuses from it. I've had my doubts, I've had my fears, I've had, this isn't for me. This was I'll be honest, I'm a blunt person. That's how I was raised. There were moments where I just felt like I made a dumb decision on choosing acting as my degree because I can't do nothing with it.
Right.
Um,
You can show up
but
and pretend to be somebody.
right, right, and I doubted myself.
Yeah.
But as time developed, and as I start to understand myself and understand get a better mindset on not only life but at myself as an individual and
Mhm.
as a man in society, and as a black man on top of that, I'm capable. And as I was taught growing up, I never really understood it until I got on my own. You can do anything you put your mind to, but you
Yeah.
have to put that work. Like, faith without work is dead. That's what my grandma always said growing up.
Fact.
And I never really understood it until I was like, let me actually try.
Yeah.
Um, so not to go too much into detail, but this time last year I had nothing. I had
Right.
no job, I had no license, no car, no acting, no nothing.
Mhm.
And now I have a car, I have a license, I have an agent, I've done acting gigs. I got an agent 2 weeks ago, and from the same week I got my agent till now, I've done
I love
uh,
that. I love that. I love
I've
it.
done so much to where it's overwhelming, and I can't believe that any of this is happening.
Right. Right. But
I've
Joshua,
done.
let me ask you this. When you think about where you were last year, right?
Hmm.
And where you could possibly go,
Hmm.
does it still scare you that you could possibly find yourself where you were a year ago? Or are you of the
Mm.
mindset that I did it once, I could do it again? Like, I'm not afraid of
So
that. Like,
that's
what?
that's that's a loaded question. Hold on,
It
give me a
is. It is
minute.
because
No, no.
one thing that I want to say, I think on our journey, we learn
Mhm.
that failure is a part of success. But
Oh
was it
yeah, you
really
with
failure?
with life.
Yes, but was it
How
really
I
failure? Like, was
Yeah,
it
exactly,
really
exactly. Like how I've come to terms with, life and success and stuff like that. All
right?
great people and all great mindsets have always failed, but their failure helped them learn what to not do again. Um,
So back to the question, right? Like,
right.
where is your mindset when you think about, dag, I was there a year ago. Like, where does your mind go?
So
Like,
I've been at a point to answer that question, I'm gonna give you a little story.
yeah, give it to
So
me. Yep.
like I said, this time last year I had nothing. Um the month before that, so that December before it started the last year,
Hmm.
I had nothing. I was about to get evicted. I
Hmm.
had no money, no job. Literally, I had no food,
Yes.
nothing. No Christmas tree, no ornaments, no presents, no nothing.
Yeah.
It was December. I'll never forget it because it till this moment it still blew me away. December 11th, from 8 in the morning till noon that day, I was able to pay rent, got food in the house, Christmas tree, ornaments, all of it, and still had funds left over to get things else done, get presents and all.
Yes.
So
Disposable income.
yeah. So it's like I've been to my lowest and I know how it feels. And it's a very humbling experience to know what it's like to not have.
Yes.
So I always go back to, like, when I think of worst case, I always go back to that experience.
Yeah.
Cause as a man, and currently I'm in a relationship. I have no problem
Hmm.
with saying that. as a man, you're supposed to provide.
That's what they say.
You're supposed to be a provider and everything. You're supposed to be the head honcho and everything like that.
And so not
So
being gainfully employed messes with your
yeah,
psyche.
and it makes you feel less of a man, especially being an African American man too. We already got a lot on our shoulders, and so it's like, and these some heavy shoulders, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So,
yes. You said I've been in the gym.
but no. So just realizing that there was a moment where I did have nothing.
Yeah.
I always go back to that because it's like, okay, I know what it's like to not have. Let's make sure we don't do anything to go back to that.
Right. Right.
So, yeah.
I love that you know the day. You're like December 11th.
Yeah, I will never forget that day because it was just like, because literally that was the day that they had literally just gave us our eviction letter. And it was like, you have to the end of today to get like money paid or you're getting kicked out.
Yeah, listen, that time of the year, I think I was working with the most people to like get funds for eviction prevention, for even mortgage recovery. Like that was a tough time for everybody. Like that end of 2021, it was
rough.
The whole situation was rough, right? But by then it was like, okay, we're not getting any more stipends. You're not getting any more unemployment forgiveness. It was a hot
it was
mess.
hard.
So I'm glad that you pulled through, 10 toes down, flexing like you want to flex. Like I'm loving that. So now here we are. You have an agent. So how did this agent come about? Like if somebody doesn't have an agent now, they're like,
I have nobody to thank but my colleagues.
Yeah.
They family.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was just talking to one of my colleagues yesterday. Very proud of them. I'm proud of everybody that's in my circle. They're on to great things.
Yeah.
But my colleague, he was actually in the Emmett Till movie. Yeah. He was talking to me. He was like, "Yo, you got too much power in your voice. Like you have too much potential. I'm not gonna let you waste it." He was like, he was like, taught that these agencies, they're all pretty good in North Carolina. Reach out to them and stuff like that. And I'm gonna be honest, I was lazy. I procrastinated. He sent me that information before before I almost got evicted, and I didn't do it until January of this year.
Yeah.
But it was
timing. It was
it was all about timing because
like
I felt as though when he originally sent it to me, I was thankful, and I told him, I was like, "I thank you," but me personally, I feel like I wasn't in the right mindset to
you
try
didn't
to
have
go.
the capacity
Yeah, because I felt like I wasn't going. I felt like if anything, I was going to not ruin, but I feel like I wasn't going to take full advantage of that opportunity when I got
you weren't fully there.
Yeah,
right.
so
Like your capacity. I get that.
so I'm just thankful that things. It was just like a right place at the right time ordeal.
Yeah.
And it's funny because the agent that I'm with now, let them know. It's crazy because at the timing, I started getting discouraged because he sent me five agencies to look at, and before I got with the agency that I got with now, the first agency that I was reached out to, it won't hit no nothing.
Right.
And they was asking me to put money down right then and there, and I was honest. I'm an honest person. That's how I was raised. And I was like, at this moment, I don't have nothing and things like the moment I said that, they ended the entire interview.
Right.
And I never heard from them.
They're not equitable. So they're not for startup. They don't understand the fact that not everybody has money waiting to get paid to get a job. Like I need a job to get paid.
And it discouraged me and everything like that.
Yeah.
But it's so crazy because when I got to the agency that I'm at now, before I even got to them, they called me and it was like, "Hey, this is A-list. you're Josh, right? And I was like, it's crazy because I was on a move. This is when I was still a mover. I was mid-move moving somebody, and they called me. I didn't even know who they were. I thought it was a toll-free call at first, if I'm being honest. But yeah, and so I was like, who is this? Like, what's going on? And they just said their name, and I'm like, okay, what's up? Like, how can I help you?
Give me more. What we talking about?
Right. And she was like, well, Teresa, that's my agent's name. I didn't know at the time. She was like, well, Teresa told me to call you because she's strongly interested in you. We just wanted to see when you can get an interview. Because at that same time, I was also doing job interviews. So I'm thinking that it's a job. So I was like, oh, yeah, let's do this. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this started. Let's go ahead and set it. So I got it set in and everything. And when I get there, and I was like, oh, this is an agency. Oh, wait.
I showed up for something completely different.
Right. I was like, oh, this is bamboozle.
And showing up. Joshua, you showed up.
Yeah, that's one thing in college.
That's the beauty.
My department chair always said his quote, and he made t-shirts on it. I wish I still had it. I'll frame it. But his quote was, or his motto was, show up and stick with it.
Yeah.
No matter what, always show up. So I showed up and everything. I did the interview, and mid-interview, she asked me to do it. She was like, great lady, Miss Nell, fantastic lady. She was the talent finder. So like, you have to go through her before you go to Teresa, the agent.
Right.
And so, she's doing the interview and everything like that. She was like, I like you. She was like, I usually don't do this, but I'm curious. Could you do a monologue for me? Thank God I actually had a monologue. I had one ready.
In the top, he was ready to go.
Yeah, I was ready. I was like, yeah. She was like, as long as there ain't no cussing. And I was like, nah, I'm never going. I ain't gonna come to no audition with a cussing monologue. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. Not with no vulgarity.
I
would. I did the monologue and everything, and she was speechless. She was like, "You good? You don't need training." I was like, "Whoa, hold on now. Like, I ain't trying to be rude or nothing like that. I can always take some more training. Like, like knowledge is key in everything. Teach me everything you got." She was like, "You don't need it." And I was like,
if you see what I seen today,
right? And I was like, "Whoa, hold on!" Like, I was like, "Hold on, don't get me big headed, please. Like, I don't need that." But yeah, she was like, "Give me 1 second," and she went and talked to Teresa. Teresa was like, "Josh, come here." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And she was like, I've been. She was like, ever since you sent me your resume, I always had an interest in you, and I don't know why." And she gave me my contracts and everything, and I was like, "Do I have?" Because based off of the last agency that I was at, I was like, "Do I got to put money down?" And she was like, "What? No." And I was like, "What?"
Right.
And look, side note for you, Josh, is what I learned this week. Because so when I was working the comedy club this weekend, a couple agents came through to talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
And what they shared with me is that once you go SAG, it's actually illegal for a SAG agent to get money up front. They don't get paid till you get paid. So just keep that in the back of your mind. As you move forward, you grow.
Okay.
They know better, and if they're asking for it, then no.
Yeah, it's a no. Yeah, the more you know. But yeah, and it was crazy. So I'm signing and stuff like that, and she was like, "I don't mind sharing this," and she was like, "Yeah, so." You might get, not paid for doing projects and stuff like that. And you might get like an IMD credit, or you might get paid like $4,000 a day. And I was like, oh, okay. And she was like, just okay. And I was like, I don't care about the money. It's just the fact that you're signing this paperwork for you to be my agent. That's all I care about right now. And she was like, we need more people like you. And I was like, cause this is something that I've always wanted to do. And, just the fact that I've had so much positive influence on me. Like I've had my colleagues, I've had my department chair, I've had teachers, I've had family being like, Josh, you got this. Stop stressing. You got this. Stop stressing. And I kept stressing myself out. And, I finally took that initiative to be like, you know what? Stop thinking, just do. And I did it and I got somewhere with it. And it was like, yeah, I got back to that car and I cried. I was like, yo, this really just happened. Like, I was like, it was a momentous day, right? It was I'm trying not to cry right now because and then it was like
it's for real, right?
Yeah, I prevailed for real because like a lot of people,
it's surreal, y'all. It's like And look,
Yeah.
while you take the breath here, it's until you experience it, it is very surreal. You're looking at like, did that just happen? Like, did that just
Right.
happen? Like,
Yeah, man. And it's just
it's
like
tough.
I've had people close, like real close to me, tell me that, Josh, stop trying.
Yeah.
You're not getting nowhere.
Yep.
You're not gonna do nothing. Like
Yep.
you wasting your time.
But they
And
don't need
like
to understand the vision, Joshua.
right. And it's
They
just
don't
like
need
it's
to
crazy.
understand the
And like
vision.
within that same week that I got accepted into the agency, that same week, 2 days later, I got my first gig. Right. And it's just like, and then from that day forward, like that first day till now, I have been busy. I've had at least I've had at least 2 or 3 gigs a week. Like for example, I didn't even tell you this. Hey dad, love you, dad.
That's tough. Okay.
But oh man.
No, what were you about to say? You said I didn't even tell you.
Yeah, but I didn't even tell you, chap. Tomorrow I got my first film gig where I'm the main character.
Ooh. No, you did. You said that you're
Oh yeah, I did. I told you. Yeah. I got and
beautiful, man.
I'm not getting paid for it or anything like that. I don't even care, but they're submitting it to a film festival.
You're not getting U.S. currency for it, but you're getting paid, man. You building that relational equity.
Yeah, and that's what I care about. All I care about is that network because
man.
I've networked with so many people. I've networked with so many people. Whether I meant to or not, I've networked with so many people, and it's just
and having that network, that village pours into you.
It does, and like
affirmation, showing up for you. We need that support. So yes, all of that network. Keep giving.
And so like, Dad, chill. You about to make me cry. But yeah, and so like how. I was raised to always, I've been a kind spirit. I've been a kind soul my entire life. I've always cared about others for myself. And, growing up, like my family always used to tell me, be careful with that because not everybody's going to be appreciative. People's going to try to take advantage of you.
Take advantage.
But, at how I'm feeling and how everything is going for me, nothing can stop me right now. Like nobody can tell me anything right now. Like, not saying I'm big headed. It's just, Josh, you're not gonna mean nothing. Okay, that's cool. I see you when I'm on the runway. I'll see you later.
Right.
I got a commercial to go to. I'll talk to you later. Like, we'll talk about your insecurities when I'm done doing what I got to do real quick. But we'll come back. I'm gonna make sure you good though. Like, no disrespect, respectfully. Just hold on real quick. But yeah, so like now I'm getting to the point to where I'm trying to pay it forward. I've had a lot of people, I've had my entire village instilled into me, but now there's people out here that don't have nobody. Yes. Like, for instance, the job that I have now, there's this woman there that, I could tell that she's trying, she has, I'm not going to give too much information and stuff like that, but, she got a family and everything like that. And, she wants to be a model. She was like, I really want to model. I want to do hair. I want to do YouTube and everything like that. But I don't got nobody pushing me.
Right.
Okay. Well, I've always had this thing. If I can help people, I'm going to help.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, well, my family is resourceful. We got everything. You say you want to do hair. My aunt does hair for a living. Mm-hmm. Okay. She can teach you. She can mentor you. I'll talk to her for you. You want to do YouTube? I'm a gamer. I know how to edit a little bit. I can help you with that. Right. You say you want to do a modeling? I got an agency that does a lot of modeling casting stuff. So let me talk to my agency. Now it's gotten to the point to where now within my own agency, I've only been there for 3 weeks. They love me. Like I'm up there. Right. So like I literally was it's funny because I accidentally.
What's the agency? Plug them, bro. You got the mic.
Oh yeah. Hey, y'all, everybody in the Raleigh, in the Durham, Cary, wherever, North Carolina area. Hey, go to A-List Modeling and Talent and see. Go to A-List Modeling and Talent in Raleigh, North Carolina. They great people. It's like a family in there. I'm gonna make sure you get there. Tell them you know Josh. They'll work with you.
Are they Black owned?
No, they're not.
No. Oh,
No,
okay.
they
Well,
are
you know, I
not.
love a black owned something or another, but listen, y'all, it sounds equitable. And so
Take it from me. They treat me wonderful.
I
Like,
love it.
and so like I'm gonna make sure you
Love
get
it.
there good. And like I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do everything I can to help you out. You say you want to be a model. If you really serious about it, tell me right now, and I'll help you the best way I
Right.
can. And she was like,
Right.
she's serious. And I was like, okay, cool. You know, I told her a little bit about my story and how, you know, it's everything that I've told y'all. I told her, she was like, yo, you're really motivating me. And I'm like, I'm not trying to motivate you. I'm just trying to show you if I can do this, you can too. Because there was one point where I was in your shoes where I felt like I can't do anything.
I can't. Right. Yep.
So, like, I talked to my agent. And I was like, yo, I got this woman. She meet the qualifications and everything to be a A-list model. I want her in here. She's like, okay, give me her name. And I called her up and I was like, hey, what, like, I don't know your government name. What's your government name? I actually didn't know. So she gave me her government name and everything. And I was like, I gave it to my agent. She was like, I watched her write her name down on her book, like her personal book. I watched her write her name down. She was like, you tell me when she submits that email and I'll get her in here. That's okay. Beautiful. I was like, and I told her, I told her exactly what she told me. And I was like, I'm going to be on your butt about it. Because if you really about this, I shouldn't have to, but just to give you the extra edge, you know what I'm saying? Like just
in case you didn't have the motivation.
Just in case, if you need that extra push, I'm gonna give you that extra push. And you know, till this day, she was like, yo, like you're really like, I've had people literally hold me back from trying to do modeling. Modeling is something that I always wanted to do. Right. No such thing as can't, Dad. You absolutely right.
But Pastor Luke popping in. Hey, Pastor
Hey,
Luke.
What's up, Luke? Appreciate you, man. Pop in, man. But yeah, it's just beautiful to see, like, you know, I've always been a person that give back and I've always loved it. But just to be able to see on I guess you could say on a more mature level on how much you're being able to motivate and change somebody's entire mindset on themselves.
Right.
Nothing comes close.
Right. I call it tapping into people's superpowers. I'm like, how are we going to tap into your superpower? Because we all have one. Like, what is it that you like, love, or go to sleep thinking about? And how can we get you paid doing that thing? Right.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
Because it's like, even if it's not paid physically or, you know, it's at least paying you mentally.
Right.
You're being able to see what you are actually capable of, you know?
Yes.
So
like this society, we can barter, we can
man.
One another. And like, it's capitalist. So
like, help me help you. You need a modeler, and I need somebody to put my name into other people's mouths.
Yes.
I need you to buzz my name into people's ears. You're like, hey, yo, you know Josh? You don't know him? Hey, let me meet you real quick. That's like how Chat's doing right now. Exactly. Like, yo, put my name, and then, you know, it helps. It helps with, you know, your character and your personality and everything like that. That help. Your name goes a long way just based off of how you treat people. Because if you treat people good, they're gonna remember you better, easier than anything. If you go into something thinking that, you know, you God's gift to earth and things of that nature, and like, you know, you the MVP of every situation, that's not gonna get you far. No. Your talent's good, but your mentality isn't.
Right.
And people's not gonna want to
repellent for people.
Exactly. And it's just
but we recognize that about each other. And to that point, like I was telling one of my friends, she was like, you know, I kind of came across somebody who they said they know you, but the way that they were explaining you, it just didn't sound like you. And I was like, well, they really had weird energy too. And I was matching their weird energy, sis. Like, believe what they said. I was matching their weird energy. Like, that's probably like,
that's funny.
If they tell you I said it, I probably said it. Like, let's be real. But it's just one of those things. Like, maybe the energy was weird. Maybe I was having an off day. Like, sometimes we have bad days. But that reputation, everybody knows that you helped somebody do this. You helped somebody do this. You showed up to this thing on that day. Like, we all have those kinds of people, and we need those people in our community. So that's dope. That's super dope. So now you're recruiting for the agency. You're about to be an agent. Like, what else you got going on, Joshua? What else?
Okay. What else? Do you really want me to answer that question?
I do. Like, give
Hey,
me what
Okay.
it's
is
So
about you tonight,
now,
bro.
to share
Yeah.
with us.
okay. So now, I'm a coach now for the agency. So I teach the 4 through 6 kids how to be actors now.
How do you
Man,
wait, run it
my
back.
man.
How do
Yeah.
we do that? How do
How?
we
Oh, don't ask me that
somebody?
question. I don't even know how.
Okay. Listen,
I play it by ear.
Joshua, listen. So
And you know
because
what? But
I'm doing
that's the
this
industry, right? Am I lying, Josh?
right,
That's the
Yeah,
industry.
no,
Play it
you're
by
not
ear.
wrong at all. Yeah,
right.
no.
Like
Hey, I
I'm
need you to
working
take a
with this
COVID test in
virtual
10
school.
minutes and then meet me
Oh,
in
wait.
3 hours over here and we're going to film some stuff. And you're like, okay, let's go.
Right, exactly. And that's that's it. But what was you saying, Miss how do you say your name? Miss
Quita.
Quita
Queena, Miss Queena.
with a
But you
D.
were saying something, what was you saying?
I don't know because Shap kept talking, so we can.
Uh,
I'm trying to keep it
know
quiet.
where
You know what? Because when I met him on set the last 2 weeks, them young men they showed respect. They let me talk, and I'm very loquacious. So that's why I've been trying to keep it down and let my man talk while he has the mic tonight because they did these young guys they showed mad respect, and I talk too much.
Nah,
Once they
no.
get to know me, they're gonna let me know. All right, chap, my ears full. Like,
Nah, man, you have words of gold. With age comes wisdom, and that's one thing I say in this generation. A lot of people don't take the time to just be quiet because you will learn a lot from people's words. This man Chap said me.
yeah, no, it's true. Like I have to intentionally shut up. I know.
But
Please don't tell you.
no. Sometimes you just gotta be quiet and just let
I agree.
if it's not people talking. Sometimes you just gotta be quiet just to let your mind talk.
Oh
You
no.
know.
Okay.
I feel that.
My man just went to the Buddhist.
Ah,
Yes, I feel that.
You have to
no,
find
man.
joy.
I
Even when you're
just
alone, and even when you're silent and alone, you find joy. Like, yeah, that's
yeah, man. You gotta sometimes, especially when things is getting hectic. Like, and I'm a type of person. I don't sit here and try to, seem like I'm this different weird person. Like anything that I talk or anything that I say, this is stuff that I'm struggling with myself. So like,
Right.
there are times when I need to be quiet myself. So I don't want people to feel like I'm over here just trying to spit facts to them just for them. Or I'm not a
Right.
contradictive person. I despise contradictive people.
Right.
Like don't come to me talking about how you do
What
this,
is
that, and
your
the
sign,
third.
Joshua? Are you a Libra? Are you an air sign? What is your sign?
I'm a water sign.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It throws everybody off when I say that.
Yes. I'm like, wait, what? Okay.
But I'm a Cancer.
Okay. You got all the feelings. All
Yeah.
right. That would make sense.
he does, and he harnesses them. Let me tell you, this man harnesses them and focuses them, bro. Like,
yeah.
I've seen it. Yeah.
I love a
It's
Cancer.
It works.
beautiful. It's a gift and a curse. I tell you, it's a gift and a curse.
I know. When I say I love a Cancer, it's still a gift and a curse. Like
it has its good days and its bad days. I tell you, because sometimes these emotions is rough.
Yeah.
But
Especially
again,
if you're
sometimes
really
you
feeling.
right. Nah, but it's beautiful. But yeah,
I was gonna share, man. Like, what's cool about what we do as far as acting is that our job is also our therapy.
Yeah, it is.
Speak to that.
Because like for me, how I take it, sometimes my life gets stressful. Life gets hard. It's life. That's what it, if life was easy, it won't be considered life. It would just be considered a simulation.
Life be life, y'all.
So like there are times with being an actor, just being or portraying another person, you take on that, like you really embody that person. You embody their life. You embody, like you literally get lost in them, and it's like you forget about yourself. Say it for
we be
people.
going through it. No, but you're right.
I say that sometimes.
Listen.
But nah, yeah, you get lost in them, and like Chap said, it's therapeutic. But it is. It's therapeutic. There are some times where I've been characters and I've got so lost in them that when we were done, I cried because I didn't want to let that character go. Life be lifing.
That's me. I need to put it on the shirt because I tell people all the time, like, life be life, and y'all like, what happened, life? Like, I don't even have an excuse. Why are you late, life? Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know.
Nah, honestly, and so it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. It's good though. So the kids that you're working with now that you're a coach, did you say they're middle school age?
Nah, they're 4 to 6. They're kids. They're kids.
Baby.
Yeah,
Oh
that's a challenge. You love
so
it.
Cute at that size. Their teeth are like too big for their face, and their eyes. Oh my God, they're like little cartoons.
No, you're not wrong. There's some adorable kids, but they have their moments.
Oh yes,
and I'll admit it makes it more intriguing and more of a challenge as a coach now when the parents are there when you're trying to teach their children.
Right, absolutely.
Or just I think one thing I can offer to you, because I've coached not acting, but I've coached that age group, is that it gets real creative. Right? Because I try to stay positive, like, because the kids aren't a problem. You just have to be real creative with them, and it's like organized chaos.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Because once I realized, I was like, because again, it's been a minute. I have nieces, but they're not kids no more. They're 13,
right,
8 and 9. So like, right. I forgot. Like I forgot. It's been a minute.
Right.
Yeah. It's and then on top of it, it's not kids that I know. Like I don't know anything about them. So it's like I can't go in there treating them like my nieces because how I treat my nieces is cool. Like we be playing around and stuff like that. Right. I can't do that because for one, I'm just some random black man teaching these Caucasian kids how to act. If I try to be like how I am with my nieces, that would be weird. Like that would be very weird. Why are you over here playing? Like why are you over here? What you doing? Right. Calling the cops and stuff. Like, nah, man.
It could be a problem. It could
be no, it could be a very problem. He's being very aggressive with my children.
Yes.
But looking that's stupid. but nah. So no, I had to get very creative. Like the first time I taught them, I had to teach them how to slate. And for people that don't know what slating is where
I don't know.
It's like what you do during audition tapes. So like before you start your actual monologue for the audition, you be like, "Hey, my name is Joshua Perry. I work for A-List Modeling and Talent." Yeah. And then like, how old you are, where you're located.
Hold up, back up, slow it. So, because I have no idea, I just straight.
Oh, you don't? Okay, I got you,
bro. Like I'm learning as I go. So when you do an audition tape, you introduce yourself.
Right. So you started off with your name.
Yep.
Yeah, I got you. So like when you started, you'd be like, so like for instance, let's say this is the audition tape. So I just hit play. Hey everybody, my name is Joshua Perry. I work for A-List Modeling and Talent. I'm 25 years old from Durham, North Carolina, and I'll be reading a monologue for Taskmaster or something like that. And then you would literally just go into it.
That's why they don't hire me. I'm so unprofessional.
Yeah,
I just show up.
You just go straight into it.
Like, what the hell is this?
You didn't even tell them your name.
No, dude. I don't. But nobody told me, right? So I'm just doing it. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. No. But yeah, that's how you're supposed to. They actually appreciate that because like if they like you, if you don't tell them your name, they're not gonna know who you are. They be like, I like this guy, but I don't even know who his name is.
Right. And Chad, do you have an agent? Like, would they be able to contact your agent to get in touch with you? How would that work?
I got no agent, man. I'm just out here doing it off the hip. No, I ain't got no agent, man.
Hey, that's fine. That's fine. Hey, you got an acting resume? Are you at least building on the resume?
Say again?
I say, you got an acting resume?
I do have a decent acting resume, and actually, it's funny you said that. I have it up on one of these windows. So Actors Access actually put information in there. They actually help you build a nice, clean acting resume because I learned the hard way too. Like they don't give a crap where you went to school. They don't give a crap how much you volunteer in the community. What did you do? What director did you work with? When was it? What was your role? And if you don't have to put background, if you can put camera guy 7, or you can put even you can put Cars and Neighbors instead of background. Like they just want to know what your experience is.
They just want to know what you've done. And, Yeah, and then like
easy. I overthought
yeah.
it the first time, and somebody was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I have no." The same thing. I'm like, "I have no idea. I'm just like doing it. Like, let's go."
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Like the first time I did my resume, I'm over here. I put everything. Like I had like 3 pages of a resume. They're like, yo, they're not gonna look at all that.
Nope.
It was like just put the most important plays that you've done. And then list it, and then from like the most important rows to like the thing, like so like a lead row down to the smallest row, and do it in that order.
Yeah, start with
That's
the biggest.
that's all they care
That's
about.
smart too, because I was doing a chronological, but that's better.
Yeah, and that's what I was doing too. I tried to do it chronological, and I was like, there was some plays I was like, I don't even remember when we did this. Like, I don't even know what year. So I was like, shoot. So like, I would have plays that was like from like 2016, and then I just do like an awkward gap to like 2021, and then I'll go to 2018. I'm like, I don't even know.
Let me speak to your experience real quick that you shared. Is like, I'm a hot mess, bro. Like Quita knows, man. We just got like 20 different hustles. We just keep doing stuff. But like, I want to make this my main hustle. So this is what I'm focusing my time and energy on. But I'm still learning as I go. So I didn't know about the slates. I didn't know about the resumes at one point. So we continue to learn and grow. But I will say that I don't have an agent, and I've like finessed a 2-year, hustle so far and landed a speaking role in LA through relational equity. But it's taken me like 3 years, and but for you, I want to point out that you made the leap of faith. You found an agent that you felt comfortable with, that you resonated with, and within 3 weeks, you're a lead. You have a lead role. Like regardless of if you got it through the agency or not, because you're making those moves, the universe gave you that back. Like, let's go, right? So understand, like there is value in having an agent. And for me, I'll tell you that I can grind 10 hours a day just submitting on Casting Network and Actors Access and Dragonuck and all these sites. It's very time consuming, right? So if I had an agent, they're doing all of that for me. So there's value in that. So, people are always down talking to agents, but like they have to make a living too. And what they do is value. It's like I know how to change my oil, but do I feel like doing that? No. To me, it's worth it to have somebody else deal with it.
Right. Because if you do it wrong, you got nobody to blame but yourself.
Right.
I mean, but also it's changing your oil. Ew, who want to do that? You get the oil all over your hands. The engines are all dirty and greasy. Like using regular.
Then if you get it on your pants, it stains your pants.
Yeah, listen. If you don't take that thing to Jiffy Lube and get out of my face.
Jiffy Lube.
No, don't do the Jiffy Lube, please. Do not listen to her. That's like
no. I've had bad experiences with Jiffy Lube myself.
It's like black people at Denny's. They're going to treat you terrible. It's bad. Just don't set yourself up for that.
You get what you pay for. You get.
In that case, you're not getting what you pay for.
You're getting nothing. You're getting nothing. You know what? I'm not going to even do that. Okay,
so y'all. We got about 5 minutes left. So Josh, I want to we'll talk a little more. Let you close out, but I do want to thank you for your time.
Oh yeah, man.
And sharing your time and energy and knowledge. We definitely expect to have you back, following up and keep, as you get super famous and you doing the dang thing, like, you're going to be on TV, you're going to be on these news interviews and everything.
That's cool. I don't care about that fame stuff.
No, but just don't forget us little people on blackusa.news.
Hey, bro, look, I'm never going to forget where I come from, man. I'm always going to come in and check in.
And so real quick, I'm going to let you have the final word tonight, man. But real quick, I just wanted to give some announcements, Quita. So you said this month, we already went over, you got the pitch.
Morgan brunch pitch on Saturday.
I'm going on my little book here. Saturday at 11 at Morgan State University Student Center.
Yep.
On the 17th, guys, we'll be on Be More Lifestyles on Fox 45. But it's a brother, running the show. So he talks about all things positive in Baltimore. So Mark Clark is going to have it. I'm going to be on Mark Clark's show being interviewed about Breadcoin and some other stuff we got going on in the community. Mike Haney's got Wake Up Baltimore every Monday morning. I love Mike Haney's show, man. Very positive. And like when I get soapboxing and I get a negative space on the show, he's always checks me and said, yo, he G-checks me. Like, we talking only positive, bro. I'm like, yeah, you're right. So Wake Up Baltimore, check them out. And then in May, because it's a long shot, but in May we're gonna have tentatively Black Wall Street out on 25th and between Howard and St. Paul's. All the business will be out there. We may reschedule to September. We're going to figure that out and we'll confirm. Also on the 13th, we're looking forward to having the Agogi Project host a boxing and mixed martial arts exhibition in Herring Run Park. Now that the bridge is open, we know everybody has access. And Agogi Project, they did a tournament this weekend with the kids. We brought home 7 golds. And look, this is a jiu-jitsu tournament, and there was no rules, tap out only. And so the little rich kids down Severna Park in the gis and their belts and their little pretty belts, they know what to do with with our guys from East Baltimore. And so no holds barred, tap out only. We brought home 7 golds, 5 silvers, and 2 bronze. So my kids at Agogi Project, man, what we're doing is working, and they're allowed to express themselves in the proper context where they're celebrated for their strengths and not punished for them. And last but not least, let me get through this one, man. So beyond my father and my mother, who I had both. My father passed a while back. There was a lady in the community named Esther Dutton. She celebrated 80 years on January 16th, 3 days before my birthday, Capricorns. She raised me. Her son, Officer Evan Anderson. We shared everything but the bathwater. But I'll dry snitch and say we probably shared the bathwater too. That's my brother from another mother. She passed this morning, y'all. She is a queen. She is a goddess. She raised generations of men. She was a faithful servant of God and only spoke the word and only spoke the truth and life into people. And she used to be a famous singer down on Pensy Ave. She used to be an opera singer, and the Basilica, which is the oldest Catholic church in the United States, used to pay her to come sing on Sunday mornings as a Black woman during the Civil Rights era. She's Black history, and another piece of Black history is gone. And so, rest in peace, Mama Dukes. Like, I love you, Esther. I just want to give a shout out to her. And thank you guys. And Mr. Perry, if any words of wisdom for specifically for our young Black aspiring actors, because
okay,
because you're doing
it. I got you something. I'm gonna just do a quote, and I'm gonna just leave it at the quote because it's a mind boggler one. My granddaddy told me this one before he passed. A man that says he can. A man that says he can't, he can. But the true question is, which type of man are you? That's it. That's all I got.
I like it. Condolences to Evan and his family. Thank you, Joshua, for giving us your total story, your testimony, your background, where we're gonna see you in the future. Like,
thank you. I appreciate it.
Gotta have you back.
Yeah.
Stacking the gas. Joshua, what are you thinking? When are you thinking? Next quarter, like the summer? When?
Look, how I feel. Y'all tell me when y'all want me back, and I'll be here.
Respect.
Okay. All right. Say less. Say less. Sign still.
Like people listen.
It happens. Okay.
Yeah.
So yes, we hope to see you guys at the pitch contest either this month or next month. Walk with the Doc will be back in April. We're still contemplating I think we're gonna do first and third Sundays. And maybe do some hood hikes over in West Baltimore. We'll figure it out, y'all. But yes, you already know. That's where the footprint is. That's where we rock, gang. So yes, shared space, y'all. Quita and chat 7 p.m. Same bat time, same bat channel. Thanks for coming out. God bless. Good night, and we will see y'all next week.
Yeah,
love you guys.
This was a good one. I appreciate y'all. See you. Love you. Bye.